Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hope everyone is safe. Yesterday we had one of the most powerful earthquakes to strike the island of Jamaica in the last 20 years. So it was 5.6. That was the magnitude. And judging from what everyone was saying, it was a very powerful earthquake. We're seeing all the damages now, landslides. We're seeing homes, one of the story disappearing. We're seeing back of a home totally gone. We're seeing a lot of damages in supermarkets. A lot of people ended up in the hospital because they had asthma attacks and panic attacks and so on. So we're glad that we have not heard of anyone passing as a result of this earthquake. I did do a video on earthquake just a few months ago after the earthquake struck Haiti. Are the homes being built, observing all the building codes and all the regulations from the Bureau of Standards. I'm going to pin the link of that video in this one. So am I covered? A lot of people want to know because a lot of people did suffer damage to their homes. A lot of things shook and were on the floor, right? Things shattered. We saw a lot of damages in supermarkets as well and other businesses, right? Computer, TVs falling and all of that. So are you covered? So let's look at insurance for your home. So when you purchase insurance, if you did not ask for earthquake insurance, you may not have it on your policy, right? So earthquake insurance is usually sold as an add-on, right? An additional thing that would be added onto the policy, right? So it's called an endorsement. Endorsement is something that is added onto the policy to provide you with coverage. In Jamaica, you're in an earthquake zone. So you're going to find the chances or the risk is greater. So whenever you have the risk being greater for earthquake premiums, it will be more expensive to purchase because it goes by probability. What is the probability of an earthquake occurring? And you know that we have maybe a couple hundred earthquakes a year, but only a few may be felt. Today they said there was 23 aftershocks and only 3 were felt. So you can just imagine, right? How many earthquakes occur throughout the year in Jamaica. So let's go back to earthquake insurance. Whenever you purchase your home or if you're in the process of building your home, you must always seek out insurance to cover it because it is an astronomical loss, millions of dollars, right? So not every company is going to sell earthquake insurance. So you have to make sure that you're asking all the pertinent questions when you're purchasing your home insurance. Earthquake insurance provides financial protection and peace of mind. It can help you rebuild your home and replace your belongings, so furniture and contents, after an earthquake. If you don't have that coverage on your policy, then you will not be covered, right? Because that could be one of the things that is excluded on the policy. You can have a few exclusions on your policy, and earthquake can be one of them unless you specifically requested earthquake. Majority of the time it would not be added on. Agent is good. They're going to point that out to you that if you need earthquake insurance, you must purchase that, right? And it would be an additional cost to you. On your policy, you have coverage for loss and damage, of course, to your home as a result of the damage due to the earthquake. There's also additional living expenses. So what does that mean? Additional living expenses is a coverage provided to you when you have an earthquake. If you have damage on the home, you are not able to live in the home, or you can't live in the home until, of course, an inspection has been completed, or if the home is demolished, of course, you can't live in it and you're going to need to live elsewhere. So you can rent a place, rent another home, or you can stay in a hotel, and the policy will usually respond in that event. There's several things that can be covered under additional living expenses. So you have, say, you can't do your laundry because of course you're not in your home. So you can have the laundry expenses covered as well, like going for dinner because you can't cook, right? You have no stove and all of that. You have no access to stoves. So going out for dinner, buying takeouts, can be covered under the additional living expenses. If your pet, of course, cannot stay with you, not living in your home anymore, then you can be covered for that as well. So they can provide a place for the pet to stay and cover that expense, right? A pet shelter or a pet hotel. Your laundry bill, if you have to go to the laundromat or take your clothes to cleaners, that would be covered under additional living expenses as well. There's also other things that you can benefit from, right? And you should ask all the questions when you're purchasing your home insurance policy. Well, this is a big investment, so you need to make sure that you have the policy in place to protect you in the event that there is an earthquake. Earthquake insurance is going to be expensive in Jamaica and other areas that are earthquake prone. Why? This is because insurance goes on probability. What are the chances that an earthquake will occur? If you're in an earthquake zone, then the chances of an earthquake occurring is going to go up. So when you have, of course, it makes sense that if it's a earthquake zone area, then you may have an earthquake that could possibly damage your home, right? So that's why the premiums are going to be expensive. And it is expensive to pay out claims on homes that have been damaged by earthquake. It can go into millions and millions of dollars. So what do companies do to mitigate that, to reduce the amount they have to pay out? What they do is they will cover you to a certain percentage of the loss. So read your policy and make sure you understand it fully. So it can be 50%, 80%, 70% of the loss. So you have to confirm and read and make sure that you fully understand the policy wording. So sometimes they do not pay out 100% on earthquake losses as a result of the amount of the damage, right? The loss and damage can be very, very high. Building equipment and supplies, those have to be stamped with the Jamaica Bureau of Standards seal, right? Make sure that where you're shopping for your supplies, that the items are not substandard, because you have a lot of companies popping up and doing blocks and doing other supplies as well. So you have to make sure that you know what you're purchasing and where it's coming from. Losses can be lowered if building codes are adhered to. If one complies with the local building codes and invest in earthquake resistant construction, you have to comply with building codes, invest in earthquake resistant construction, and consider earthquake insurance to protect your investments. Firm, it covers your structural damage, personal property, and also it covers additional living expenses. Earthquake prone areas, buildings should be constructed with materials and techniques designed to withstand ground motion. This includes, so important, reinforced concrete, flexible foundations, and proper bracing. So remember, your home is not only a place to live, but also a valuable asset. Protect it to ensure your safety and financial well-being. Thank you for joining us today. Stay calm, stay safe, and stay prepared. And as always, take care of yourself and others. Bye for now. See you on the next video.